Hi everybody, today is the very first episode of the daily food vlog, and basically what I'm going to be doing is every day I'm going to be doing a vlog about some kind of food that we're going to make or that we're going to be eating. So what better way to start things off than to have Christmas dinner, or I guess Christmas dinner, because it's January 5th or something right now, so obviously we're a little late, but we do have a nice big turkey here. Believe it or not, that's a turkey. And we also have a nice big prime rib roast. Oh baby, it's gonna be so good. Looking forward to that. The dog is even there, really wanting some as well, but you can't go catering to his wishes all the time. So we're going to be starting off with, as you can see here, this is salt beef. This is something that's very, very native to Newfoundland. It's basically pieces of beef that are cured in salt, very, very salted water. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of this beef out and I'm going to put it into my pot here. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to boil out some of that salt because we don't want it to be too salty.
Like to pickle.
Yeah, you don't want it to stay. By the way, Robin is managing the camera in case anyone's wondering. And from time to time, she might be cooking and I might be just behind the camera and talking as well. So either way, you're going to be seeing us more often. So if you watch the cooking channel a lot, well, this is what it's on. So obviously if you're watching this channel, then you're going to be able to see a lot more stuff. And I think you guys will enjoy it. I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it.
He's not the only cook in the house. I cook too.
That's right. So that's why you're going to be cooking sometimes, from time to time. There's some things that she cooks that I prefer that she cooks sometimes. Maybe another couple pieces to put in there. Okay.
This may look like a lot. We're cooking for leftovers.
Yeah,
we're going to be eating this like all week. So.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who I cook a big meal because I like to eat it again the next day or the day after, and I always believe in leftovers. So gotta enjoy leftovers. So now, need some room here.
So yeah, we've been in the dark for the last 24 hours-ish.
Yeah, well, 17 hours without power yesterday. I mean, it came on for about maybe half an hour once yesterday around 2 o'clock, and then it was gone again, so. But, anyways, yeah, getting back to the meal. Obviously, like I said, I'm going to be boiling the salt beef, so I'm adding water to the pot right now so we can boil that. Usually what I like to do is I like to add in a cabbage as well, but unfortunately I didn't have one, and almost every place that I went to either didn't have them or they had them, but they were wilted really bad, so I couldn't even salvage one. So unfortunately, that's what this is what we're left with. And now this is the. Whoa. Now the thing is, this is a huge. I think it's like 16-quart pot or something. But yeah, I'm gonna fill this up with a little bit more water, and I'll be right back. Also, a quick note for people who are not used to cooking. If you're boiling something, it boils faster with the cover on, so don't leave the cover off. Like if you're boiling pasta or something, it's going to take way longer for it to start boiling than if you leave the cover on there. Just a heads up. So the next thing I'm going to do is, in case you haven't seen before, is I'm making peas pudding. And basically we take a package of split yellow peas, and we're going to put them in a bag like this. So just 1 second. I've already got one done there, but I'm actually going to be doing two with this dinner because, again, leftovers. And that's it. That's pretty much all you have to do to make peas pudding, or at least the start of peas pudding. Most of the additions and work is going to be done after it's actually cooked. So the next thing.
Yeah, he's leaving a lot of room in there because the peas expand, right?
That is true. Yes, the peas will expand, and you don't want them to expand. You don't want the bag not tied up, because if that happens, if it happens so that they expand and you don't have enough room, the peas will stay hard and you won't be able to actually eat them. They won't cook properly. So that's why I'm doing them really nice and loose like this, loosey goosey. And again, we're just going to take both of these, come over here to the pot. I'm doing the salt meat, and again, whoop, whoop. You gotta make the noises though, or it won't. Tastes
So
good.
yeah, they'll take in some of the salt from the meat in that too.
Exactly.
Really yummy.
So I'm just gonna get rid of some garbage here, and we're going to work on. Oh,
The turkey in a liquor store bag.
yeah, really though. Jeez,
That's about 12 or 13 pounds, I believe.
that's a good sized turkey there. So let's see if I can get him out of his bag. Jesus, I got a bag, then a bag, and 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 a bag. So first things first, let's pop this baby open. Smells like raw turkey. Okay.
That's how cold it was here because the heat was out. It was sitting out on the counter for like 2 days. And it's still like it was in the fridge.
First things first, pull this little guy out. Don't drain too far. Throw him right into this. Now usually I use my own roaster, but today I'm going to use this one because I can. There's not too much room here. There we have the bag. The bag.
The jibble.
The giblets. Usually what they like to do is they like to bag these ones separately in a different bag of the turkey. And what I like to do is I'll take extra piece, like I will take penis of turkey, or I'm sorry, not penis. It's neck of turkey. I will put that in there. This one, that one is the heart. So delicious. I will probably eat that one. Now this one, this is liver right here. I believe both piece is liver because they attach. But usually there is one extra one that we call gizzard. Is not as good as liver, but we put in anyways. That adds extra flavor, makes gravy taste like speak and span. Not to be confused with speak and span, the cleaner. But yeah, despite me being weird, this will need to be washed because it's got hurt juice in it. So next thing we're gonna do is I'm cutting open my prime rib roast. Again, nothing too huge, nothing too extravagant. It's not like it's a big whopping thing that we won't be able to eat anytime soon. Plus, we're actually bringing some of these leftovers. I don't know if we mentioned it before, but we're bringing some out to Robin's parents.
Yes.
And so yeah, all this food is going to be shared or whatever. They're going to have some, we're going to have some leftovers and stuff, but there should be lots and lots there for us. So this is a prime rib roast. Now the first thing I'm going to do is wipe off my hands so I don't get salt and stuff on or blood and stuff on my salt and stuff. And we're going to season, as I always do. Again, one of the most important things in cooking any meal is to season. Now, you don't want to salt your bird too much. I know it looks like I'm putting on a lot, but it is a big turkey. But you don't want to oversalt it because it will dry out, and you don't want it to dry out, obviously. So, next thing I'm doing, again, is seasoning. So, salt's been applied. Now it's time for some pepper. So, a little bit of pepper.
That's all the taste too. Like you like a nice amount of pepper. Some people don't like as much pepper.
Yeah, that's another thing. So I mean, again, when I say season it to your taste.
So this is all gonna like crust onto the top of the turkey anyway.
Oh yeah, and then you get that really nice light golden skin. It's so tasty. But then you see the crab, pinch your finger. Now why are you slouching over to one side? Stop being so lazy.
Bad for your posture.
Don't finish the baby.
Weirdo.
Okay, weirdo. Let me just, again, since I just manhandled the turkey, got a hot Walter. There we go. So we've actually only salted and peppered the turkey, so let's do the same thing now with the roast.
Beefy.
Now I'm putting some down below because obviously I'm going to want to have some extra down there to season the drippings from the meats.
Gravy.
So that we can make good gravy. Exactly.
Good gravy.
Should be alright, I'd say. Now, I usually like having extra pepper on my beef especially. That's just me. Now, next thing, we're going to be using some garlic powder. Garlic pepper? Jesus. Some garlic powder. I'm going to do the roast first. Put some down there. Then a little bit on the turkey. I usually use cloves of garlic, and again, because of the whole power outage thing, and I didn't get a chance to really get to the grocery store and stuff, we're going to be using just garlic powder. So usually what I like to do is I like to get one of those really big elephant garlics, and I stock it right up inside the turkey, and that way all the aroma from the garlic goes inside of the turkey. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some onion powder. Same thing as the garlic powder, just going to put a little bit on there, and even though I'm adding some onion powder, I'm also going to be adding onions to the pan as well. So we're going to have some real onion flavor as well. So
like that's good for the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Flavoring.
So. Next, we're pretty much done with seasoning the beef right now. I'm not going to be adding anything else. Maybe some more Chester once it starts cooking a little bit. But other than that, next we're going to be working on the turkey again. We're going to be using a little bit of, oh boy, oregano. And next, a little bit of parsley. And by parsley, I mean parsley. And don't worry.
I'm pretty sure in the States they don't have like the English and French on labels and stuff.
No. If anything, they probably have Spanish on some of the things, more than likely. But next thing we're going to be adding is savory. Now, this is probably not a common thing in the States. I'm not 100% sure. I really can't tell. But one thing about savory in Newfoundland, at least, is that stuff here grows differently than they do in other parts of the world, such as our blueberries and our savory. And if you're wondering what I mean, like, our blueberries usually grow really small and tiny, but they're really super sweet. So that's why we have a different kind of berry. Same thing with our savory. Our savory is not as, funny to say, it's not as savory as it is sweet sometimes. So that's why if you have a lot of Newfoundlanders going up to like Alberta, that's where a lot of us end up migrating to go and work and stuff. What ends up happening is people get up there and they try to get savory, and they get, an off-brand name that's not from Newfoundland, and they find that it never tastes right. It always tastes kind of, gross. So basically, they come back home, they get some of our savory, and they find that there is actually a difference in the savory that we get here. So the next thing I'm going to do is, let's chop this open. Instead of trying to rip it open with my fingers, we're going to chop up an onion. Now, I like to just take out both ends. Now, again, this is going to be a longer episode too, by the way, for the first vlog diary. Don't worry, they're not always going to be this long.
It's Christmas dinner.
Exactly, and that's why. Plus, it's the first one, so it's important to me. So there's going to be a lot of different segments. It's probably going to be a longer video, but it's going to be so worth it. You get to see all the delicious good stuff.
And then you can just say, oh, I'm just going to watch Stefan's video next time I make turkey dinner. Yeah.
Well, one sadder, I guess, thing I can mention is that unfortunately I didn't have time to be able to go and make my own dessert today, so I actually picked up some desserts today, which is some of those store-bought cheesecakes. It's like it's a frozen thing, but like there's like 4 different kinds of cheesecake in it, and they're cut up and segmented into like individual servings already. So I think we're gonna rock out on those whenever we're done eating, if we can at all. Now, the first thing I'm going to do with this onion here is this one's going to go in with our beef. And I always put onions in with my roasts, my chickens, anything that I'm roasting in the oven, pork chops, whatever. Always add onions. If you don't like onions, add onions.
You don't have to
eat them.
Just
you can just
it.
Exactly. Robin, she's preaching. But yeah, no, it's 100% true. Even if you don't like onions, add them to your meat. Hey, don't eat them if you don't like them, but just add them to your meat. Guaranteeing you that you're going to enjoy the taste of your meat way better. That's right, ladies. You'll enjoy the taste of your meat much better with some onions first. Jeez. Sounds wrong.
I hope you like the sheets that we have up in the doors. It's been like crazy cold here the last like week or so, and we're trying to conserve heat as much as we can.
Anyone from Canada will understand when I say it's minus 30 outside, more or less, with the wind chill and stuff. So that's really cold. Anyone who's from the States, go and do a conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Remember, minus 30 Celsius. Put it down in the comments below so that I can know and other people can know. Believe me, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's cold. I don't know why you guys are there. I don't know why you guys are there with like just t-shirts on. We're used to it. Oh, my eyes are not used to these onions.
No,
though.
I'm feeling it over here.
Yep. That's the worst thing about these yellow types of onions is that they, for lack of better words, they bleed a lot. And it's harsh in the eyes, but one trick that I was taught when growing up, actually, is to keep your mouth open. Now, usually the thing is when I'm cutting stuff up, I don't leave my mouth open. I usually keep my mouth closed.
So like breathe through your mouth instead.
Yes, and apparently you're not supposed to cry as much, but I may have to go get something to clean my eyes.
I heard, and it works for me, like when you're cutting it, when you start to cry, go wash your hands in icy cold water.
Oh, that's gonna help anyways. It gets rid of the onions in general.
Don't cry.
Okay, now that my eyes have been rescued from the crap that is onions. We're gonna put some more onions in there, yeah. So I'm just gonna turn my turk around here. Me turkey turk. Now, sir. Thank you. Try not to make a mess as best I can while not flailing around a knife. Jeez. Again, I picked a really small pan, so that's kind of my own fault, but I'm fine with that. And there we go. We've got all that done. Now, the next part's the fun part. Bacon! So we're going to add some bacon to my turkey.
This is what makes this Stefan's turkey.
Yeah, this has been an ongoing tradition for me. I've always added bacon to my turkeys. And why? Because I can.
Turkey. Bacon has never made anything worse, so.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if it's fatty, if it's meaty, whatever it is, just as long as it's strip bacon. Oh, baby. Get that bacon to strip for you. Look at that. Don't tell me you've seen bacon any more beautiful than that. Actually, you probably have, because this is really cheap-ass bacon right now.
This doesn't have to be expensive bacon.
That is very true. That is very true. You don't need to splurge on sliced bacon for this. Well, the brand name is what I'm saying. Would I splurge on the sliced bacon? Yes, that's why I have it. I went out of my way to get some. So I'm just going to... You know what, buddy? You know what? You know what, Scotty? I'm going to go in there and point it out to you. If you don't have it, I'll show you a big surprise. A huge surprise. Sometimes they don't want to break off the way I want them to. Okay, it's really... Okay.
It's really thin, right?
Very thin. God, look at this. But again, you want to keep the bacon tucked into your turkey as best you can, even if you don't have... My God. Very good pieces. My dog is just right underneath us right now, just hoping the best. Right now, or hoping for the best. Like, come on, just drop that piece.
Come on, Dad. Please.
Now, let's see if we can't get more bacon onto this turkey. My God, it's so flimsy. But you shall be covered. You shall be wearing a raincoat of bacon, young turkey. And when you do, the world shall rejoice. Oh, crap. As long as I keep on living,
Is it bad that I just had deja vu?
No, because I was singing it earlier.
While you were doing the turkey?
I think so. My mouth is super dry, which means I'm going to need a beverage very soon. And I only drink a couple kinds of beverages.
And it's turkey day, so you can guess which kind of beverage that's going to be today.
Turkey milkshake. Mmm.
Turkey and bacon.
Gross. Okay, this bacon is really not working out for me at all. Look at this.
It's okay, as long as it tastes like bacon.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. Like, this is 2 slices. It's like, really? If we had fried this up, we would have had about a third of this. I expect this to shrivel up to the point of where it's like, wait, did you put bacon on this?
I
know we have video
bacon
of it.
Gravy.
But I can't remember if the bacon just disappeared.
Did it really happen?
Did you just eat it off of the turkey? Because if you did, I would understand. Oh my God. At this point, it's just like throw the bacon on there and hope that it sticks. You're just watching every slice go on there.
Pretty much. When Mom and Dad eat this, we'll show them the video afterwards. And they're like, whoa, that's how you did that.
God, this is like the worst strip bacon ever. Again, that's why I shouldn't have went to Piper's. I should have went to the grocery store, looked for real food, not to pretend stuff like this. Pretend bacon.
That's assuming like the grocery stores have that stuff. They're like emptied out from the last couple of days.
That's true too. All the employees just taking full advantage. And there we go. That's all of our bacon onto our turkey. Now a quick wash of the hands. And before we put that in the oven, it smells like everything's boiling over here. I tell you now, I'm gonna stir that up. Don't want nothing to burn on. And yes, these bags can burn on like anything else.
I think you could see a little black spot on one of the bags when you put it in.
Way to bring it up, Robin. Bringing up the black spot on my bag.
You're gonna find out sometime.
That's just when you say it like that. Now, Doc, I think you should back up out of our kitchen there now. 'Cause you don't want to get burned.
Hi, buddy.
I'm saying don't mess with triple beams. So at least with dessert, I don't have to worry about baking anything or waiting for anything to cook extra.
Taking up oven space.
Yeah. Well, the only nice thing about usually
What's
about
the
having.
desserts, if you wanna,
What?
did you want to see the desserts?
No, I don't want to see them. I already seen
Alright,
once. But no. The nice thing about baking desserts usually when you're doing these big things is you get to eat your big dinner. You're cleaning up, so everyone's starting to digest while you're cleaning up. Then by the time you're cleaning up and you got your dessert in the oven, say. You know, by the time it's cooked and ready, someone probably wants a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and, you know, something sweet to finish up the evening. So I'm going to, like I said, put our turkey and our roast. I'm actually going to put our turkey in first. I'm going to leave our roast out a little bit. Now, I'm just going to put it in there real quick while I get some chicken stock. So here we go, we got some chicken stock here. And I'm just gonna open her up and pour it here into the side. Don't worry about it. I usually add about a full one. This is about a half.
Wish you got the oven on.
The oven right now, she's on about 350. 350 degrees Fahrenheit for all you Americans out there who may or may not be watching, I don't know. Do you trust my turkey cookings?
I would.
You should.
If you know it's good for you. And if you don't.
So there we go. And that is going to be it. We're going to let that cook for at least an hour before we're going to check on it. And this year I'm going to be doing the less fatty thing and the more healthy thing, which is, I know I just put bacon all over friggin' turkey, but I usually baste it in a block of butter, i.e. a pound of butter is usually basted and put on top of our turkey. This year, it's not happening. One of the reasons, again, like I said, it's fatty, it's bad for you. When you go mix your gravy, it does make the gravy taste good, except once your gravy congeals, because we keep our gravy that's left over. Once it congeals, all that fat goes to the top, and you're left with all your butter out. So you're more or less adding butter, then you're taking it and throwing it directly into the garbage. So why do that when you can just leave it as is, just, you know, baste it whenever you can with the chicken stock and stuff, and it'll taste just as good. So, yeah. Now, as our turkey is cooking, what I did was, I've already actually, if you just have a look inside there, I've added some beef stock here. So, yeah, we've got that added, and I think what I'm going to do is make sure you shake up your, shake up your Worcester sauce, and we're going to put some directly onto our meat right now. So, there we go. It looks pretty good to me. And there we go. Now she's got nice flavors going all the way through. Sorry if I put my finger on top of the camera. But yeah, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. So our stuff has been boiling for a little bit, and our turkey's been in the oven for a little as well. So I am going to. Not many people do this. Some people do this. Not all Newfoundlanders do this though. I usually take one onion and I peel off the outside and obviously the part that you would eat, and I put it right into the pot, because that way you'll get some nice onion flavor. I like the flavor of onion. I am not one of those people who are weird and ew, onions gross. Why? Onions are delicious. So yeah, now that we have had that in for a little bit, I'm going to. Well, first, I'm going to put the cover back in my pot. And now, I'm going to make some room. Make some room. Oh, look at that. You want to come and see this?
I really do.
That's my turkey. And it looks like the bacon is not shriveling up too bad. It's actually...
It's getting cursed by a little bit.
But it's sticking to the turkey real nice. So I'll keep it nice and juicy as well. I was really afraid that it was going to shrivel up a lot. Yeah, seeing as I have this open... actually, I'm going to keep the cover on my beef. I was about to take it off, but I'm going to keep the cover on my beef because I don't want the Worcester flavor and smell going too much into the turkey. But I do want it going into my beef. So that's done. I just poured out all the water. Well, I shouldn't say almost. I left about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 cups of water in the bottom of it that was from the stock itself. But I drained off all the water. I refilled the pot with new water now, so we're going to start working on sides. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to open up these. We're making green bean casserole next. Actually, I shouldn't say we're making green bean casserole. I'm making a version of green bean casserole. My green bean casseroles are never the same, ever. Plain and simple. I just use frozen. What's that?
They're always delicious.
I'm just going to use frozen green beans. I'm using stovetop, which is basically just dressing, stuffing, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use this as something to help, you know, take this a little bit further. So I'm just going to pour all of that into there. And that's it for that. Now, I'm also going to add some French fried onions, which by French's, which should add some deliciousness to that. See that? That's what I bought them for originally anyways. And not only that, but we're also going to add in some real bacon bits. I know you can get the simulated stuff, like stuff that's made out of bread and like hickory and simulated stuff, but yeah, I'd rather have real bacon bits.
It's Christmas dinner.
That too, it's deliciousness day.
We always do a little bit extra.
Indeed.
Like, you get the good versions of stuff.
Now, this is French onion soup mix, which should add a bit of tanginess to it. Some tanginess. And next, I actually asked her, I said, you know, what kind of dressing or flavor would you like to it? And she chose ranch. So, I got this really nice Lighthouse Homestyle Ranch dressing. It's one of those really fancy ones that costs a little bit more money than what you normally would spend on it, but ooh, the smells.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, ooh, the smell. Let's see, we're gonna pour all this in. And I'm gonna get a spoon. I don't know why, but my dog is trying to... Bailey, where are you trying to get to, bud? He's trying to get on top of the hope chest. Okay. So next comes the good part, the mixing. This is what makes it all delicious. All that stuff mixed in. See? It doesn't look bad, does it?
Delicious. Just imagine it warmed.
Now, again, actually I'm going to take a paper towel to get my hand not messy. It's ranch dressing all over my hand. And I'm going to use a nice casserole dish here. And what I like to do then is I take a piece of paper towel again. I'll take just a little bit on the corner here, like that. And I'm going to butter the casserole dish. This way the stuff doesn't stick on. And it's going to be good when it's done. Okay, it looks like we need a little bit more. Go around the sides. Again, don't want stuff to be sticking on, so. There we go. Oh. Don't really want to be putting that on top of the butter. Now, we're going to scoop all this into our casserole dish. Take your time, no rush. Nobody here is rushing. Nobody here is rushing at all. But if we were, we probably wouldn't be eating this. We might be eating something different. Like
Something with beets in it.
Possibly. People always associate beets with Russia too. I don't know why that is. I guess because of the borscht, the whole borscht thing.
Beet soup.
Cold beet soup. Pretty sure borscht is usually served cold. So we're gonna just push this all around like this. Now, this is filling up with some hot water. I'm going to put in some beef stock. The reason I'm going to be adding beef stock is because I use French onion soup mix. And usually French onion soup mix has the flavor of beef. So, we're doing this so that the dressing in there has something to actually grab hold of and turn into dressing. Hopefully there'll be enough moisture for it. We shall see. But that's one, I guess, side done. I don't know why I'm moving around so much, but... Gordon Ramsay? No, not really at all. Not at all. I have like 1.5% of his energy.
Yeah.
And actually, I forgot one crucial thing. Gotta seal it off with some panko. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll sprinkle. I'll do the sprinkle. There we go.
Panko breadcrumbs, just Japanese breadcrumbs.
Pretty much, it's just breadcrumbs. Japanese.
They're crispier than regular breadcrumbs.
And well, they're made by Kikkoman, which usually supply a lot of the Japanese and Chinese sauces as well. They make really good soy sauce. Brought to you by Kikkoman. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not sponsored by nobody. Except Master Mike, yeah. Yeah, Master Mike.
Look at him tidying up as he's going. Had to say it.
Oh, the turnip. An ugly vegetable. If you look at it, it's actually a really gross kind of... Why are you far away or something?
Yeah.
No? It seems like you're super far away. But anyways, I got some done up here in a pan. Or in a bowl. And I'm going to show you guys how I usually do my turnip. I usually cut off the top, roll over on the bottom, and I'll cut straight through. This is
really hard.
Yeah, I need to sharpen my knife too, I think. And that's the worst thing about turnips is that they can guide your knife if you're not pressing hard enough in the right direction. So, yeah, now I'm going to cut off those stumps from the bottom. You can see there. And I'm just going to throw those out. And what I'll do, as you can see here, it looks... Oh, actually we got... I don't know if you can see that or not. There's like 2 stems going through it. Right here. Here's one. There's another one right there. It just kind of looks like it's darker in color, but believe me, there's a big difference. I'll show you right now. There, see? You can see the lines through right there. So basically what's going to happen with that is that it won't cook properly, and it'll be the same thing as having sticks in with your mix. So I don't want to do that. We usually take our turnip and we mash it all, so I'm just going to leave that out because I don't want to chance any sticks going in there. Oh, sounds like someone's out there on a skidoo. Enjoying winter. I wish I had a skidoo to enjoy winter.
There's lots of snow.
But I guess buying a skidoo will come with time. Not this year. Maybe not next year, but someday soon. Well, you never know. Maybe I could get lucky in the new year and I might be able to get a new skidoo, or afford at least a new skidoo. If anything, I'd like to be able to afford to get a new car before anything else. That's probably going to be our next real purchase there. So now, another thing that I like to do is while I'm looking through, or while I'm cutting up my turnip, I'll look for anything like blemishes and stuff that we don't want in it. Like this one here has some brown stock in it, which will be, again, it's going to just make it really crappy. So look on both sides there and everything's fine. So again, just throw out the garbage that you don't need, obviously. Yeah, this one here feels a little bit rubbery on this side, so I'm just going to cut that part off. You always want a nice firm turnip, nice orange and yellow color. You don't want it to have any stemmy pieces, and like I said, any stems that's in it, you'll notice it immediately either way, so it's not going to really matter if you've seen it before or not. But I'm just going to cut off the side there. Let's see, that one's not rubbery at all, it's good. Okay, this one here has another big stem on this side. Just going to chop it out. Take off the rind. Yeah, the outside's kind of like a rind. It's where it's more bitter. And usually turnip is bitter anyways when it's cooked. And sometimes if you get a really nice, fresh, good turnip, it won't be bitter at all. It'll be kind of like sweet almost. But we usually like to, well, you'll see it a little bit later anyways, but we mashed our turnip up with, oh, there's some stem right there. We usually mash our turnip up with butter and pepper, and if it's really bitter, we'll add some sugar so it becomes a little sweeter. But as you can see, I've got all my turnip done here right now. It looks like a nice bit of turnip. So next, I'm going to be working on carrots. And there's not really much to be said about carrots. I chop off one end, chop off another end, obviously throw that out, and I just peel them, just plain and simple. So there's nothing really to show you on the carrots, so I'll see you in just a moment. Now that we have all the vegetables ready, Robin actually helped me by doing the carrots, and I've just burned my thumb, yay. We're going to add the vegetables directly to the pot, so it's pretty straightforward. We're just adding the vegetables to the pot, so not really much to talk about there. I usually put in the turnip and carrot long before I put in the potato, because potato takes Not as long, obviously, as, well, not obviously, I guess some of you probably don't know that, but yeah, potato usually takes a little bit longer than carrot and turnip to boil properly. Usually you want them to be soft to a fork, to the point where you can just push the fork through it without much pressure. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Okay, so even though everything is done, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is we have left here. This is my gravy. This is my gravy. Look at how nice and thick that is. Oh, baby. Yeah, there's bacon in there. And there's the beef drippings and the turkey drippings, so it's going to be really delicious. Over here, we got our mashed turnip. Man, I really hate this yellow-hued light, this old light. There's the green beans, finished and done. Robin tested them. She loved them. Skip the dishes. Some mashed potato. I was going to do the glazed carrots, but I decided to just boil them. Here's our lovely turkey, which, by the way, this has been probably one of the juiciest turkeys I've made in a while, so I'm quite happy with the turnout on that. Here's what's left of the salt meat. We already done up some for our parents, so they're probably eating theirs now, or at least getting ready to eat theirs. And, well, that's our dressing, all nice and crispy. And that's what's left of the prime rib roast. I really like that. Oh, and Robin's back. There's the peas pudding. And last but not least, what's left of the boiled potatoes. We made more mashed potato than we did boiled potatoes, so obviously we're going to enjoy that. So we're off to eat, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's daily vlog, food vlog, sorry. And again, this is the first one, and it is long because it's a Christmas dinner. It's the very first one. I want to do something special. So it's a huge amount of video, but again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now you guys are going to see this as a daily thing, I hope. Worst comes to worst, I may do it every 2 or 3 days, or, you know, maybe I'll turn it into weekly. I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to try and do dailies as best I can and just pretty much do it without, you know, doing too much editing. So there'll be very, very little editing left for me to do when I piece it together. So all I have to do is link all the videos together, chop off the necessary parts, render it and upload it, and that'll be it. So again, hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you all for watching. Goodbye, Robin.
Bye.
Can't see her, but she's there.